Hello everyone. Today we are going to be looking at the like operator. Like operator. We are also going to spend some time also on I like operator and also not like operator. Okay. If you are new to SQL, I will highly encourage you before you start this particular video, go and watch my other series because this particular video is part of the series of the Postgres classes that I've been teaching you guys. So I would advise to go and start from the beginning, from my first video in this playlist. Okay. All right, guys. So like I said, we are going to be looking at the like operator. Okay. Like operator is a comparison operator that you are going to be using a lot in data analysis, in data engineering, machine learning, SQL basically. You are going to be using that in SQL a lot, okay? What does it do? It basically is used to search for specific pattern in a column. I will give you examples, okay? So it is used to search for specific pattern in a column. So basically it helps in matching a pattern instead of an exact match. Let us jump onto pgadmin and look at some examples because that is how you're going to better understand what I'm talking about right here. Okay, and also remember that this is part of the series that we have been using, the DVD rental database. Okay, so we are going to be having a select statement right here, which I've taught you before. Select star. Let's select the columns, all the columns and rows from the actor table. Okay, if I execute this, you can see I have 200 rows and I have the first name right here, I have the last name right here. You can see that, guys. But let's assume you want to have a particular match, you want to match a particular pattern of a particular first name, right? Let's say you want a name that actually begins with E. Take note, with E. Let's say in this case, an uppercase E. So you want to only return rows whose first name begins with E. How do you do that? This is where the like operator comes in. And also as part of that, we use what we call wildcards. Wildcards. I'm going to be showing you the wildcards that we use in this case, which are the % sign and also the underscore sign. Okay, now let us take a look at this right here. And also if you are using the like operator, you also use it in conjunction with the where clause, which I have also taught you previously. So if you say where first name, that's the first name column, where first name like, that is how you write it. Then you put a quote. Okay, now what is the pattern we are trying to match? We want a name that starts with E, uppercase E, okay, and that has one or more characters after it. If you really want to take a look at this very well, guys, that what are the names that you know start with E and then has one or more characters after the E. Okay, now let us look at some examples of that right here. If you look at this is Ethan. Ethan starts with an E right here, and then it has one or more characters after that. Okay, another example is Edward. Edward starts with E and then has one or more characters after. Okay, also you could talk about Elizabeth. You can see right here, Elizabeth starts with an E right here, uppercase E, and then has one or more characters after that. You can see that this is an example of what I am talking about right here. Okay, so in that case, you have the first name beginning with uppercase E, and then it has one or more characters after that E. Let us run this and let us see what our output is going to be. Very good, guys. Now we have run this. If you look at our result right here, you have your first name. You can see the rows that we return. We only have 7 rows. And if you look at those 7 rows, you have Ed, right? That it begins with an E and then you have one character after that. LVs begins with an E, uppercase E, and it has 4 characters after that, right? And that is what we mean when we use the percent sign. Okay, when we use the percent sign, what did I say? I said that the percent sign means you have one or more characters after this E. Okay, what about if I only want one character? If I want to match a pattern of only one character after E, what do? Remember that this has 7 rows, but let's say I want to return only head, which is one character after E. This is head, 1 row, another row, another row. So that means I should be having 3 rows. Okay, how do you do that? So instead of using the percent sign, you will use the underscore. Okay, remember what I just said. When you use the percent sign, it means that you want to have one or more characters after this E. But if I use underscore, that means I want to have exactly one character after E. Take note, exactly what? One character after E. Let us run this, guys. Very good. We have run this. You can see that this is only returning head. You can see that right now, guys. So what that means is that when you are using the percent sign, that means you are saying one or more characters. But when you are using the underscore, you are saying exactly one character. Okay. All right. Let us take a look at another example right here. Take note, guys. I'm going to spend a lot of time on this particular topic so that you guys can better understand what we are talking about right here. Let us assume that we put percent on both the beginning and the end. What does this mean? This simply means that you can have one or more characters before E. You can have one or more characters after E. Remember I told you that the percent means one or more characters, right? So now because we have it before E, the uppercase E, so that means one or more characters before the uppercase E and one or more characters after the uppercase E. Let us run that, guys. You can see right here also that we got the same thing we got before, 7 rows. Why is that? Even though there is nothing before E right here, but then we have percent after E, and that is why we have this. So that's why I say either you have one or more things before E, or you have one or more characters, rather one or more characters before E or one or more characters after E. Okay, as you can see, that is what we have also gotten right here. I hope you guys understand that right now. Let me also give you another example. Let us assume that I take out this percent right here. What does this mean? This means that we want to have E as the last character in that column. That's for this first name, right? We want in that name, we want to have E as the last character. And take note, this is uppercase E. Take note that this like operator is case sensitive. That means that whenever it wants to match the pattern, it's going to be looking for a first name that has the last character to be an E, uppercase E, and also has one or more characters before E. Okay? Now, what do you guys think? Do you think we are going to get any result right here? Let's take a look. If I run this right here, you can see we have run this and there is no result displayed. Why is that? The reason is because the way our first name are written right here, the first character is an uppercase, whereas the other characters are lowercase, right? Let me cut this out and rerun it for you guys. You can see if you look at the first name, you see that these first names, all their first character is uppercase, while the other characters are lower cases, right? So what that means is that if you run this statement, let me paste this back. If you run this statement or this query, in which case you are trying to match a pattern where you have one or more characters before an uppercase E, and that uppercase E is the last character, you are likely going to not have anything returned because there is no first name that the last character is an uppercase based on this particular column, first name column that we have. So let's rerun it again. Very good. You can see that we don't have anything. Okay. However, there is another operator I quickly want to just mention right here, which is called ILIKE. And ILIKE, what it does is that it is not case sensitive. It doesn't care about the case of that character, unlike the like operator. So in the case of this one right here, even though I put this %e as, percent means one or more characters, then I have uppercase E as the last character here. So I'm saying that give me the first name that ends with a E right here, right? And adds one or more characters. And also I don't care about the case of that E. Why is that? Because I'm using the ILIKE operator, okay? It doesn't care about the case. So that means even though I wrote uppercase E right here, if it's displaying my result, it's going to be looking for patterns that ends with E, either uppercase E or lowercase e. Let us check this out if we are going to get any result being displayed, okay? Let's execute. Very good, guys. You can see we have executed this. If you look at this, remember what I said, ILIKE doesn't care about the case of the character. You can see that this is Penelope, right? Penelope. The last character is E, and it has one or more characters before E. And you can see this E is lowercase, even though in our query we use uppercase E. Even though we use uppercase E, but this ILIKE doesn't care about that. It sees uppercase E and lowercase e as E. It doesn't care. And that is why you see that all these that we have returned, 35 rows, they all end in E. And they have one or more characters before the E. I hope you guys understand this logic right here. What about if I have something like this? If I have like and I put, let's say I put lowercase e and then I put %. What does this mean? What is this saying? What this is basically saying right here is that I have one or more characters before a lowercase e and one or more characters after lowercase e. If we run this, what do we have? You can see in this case, we have more rows, 107 rows. That here we are saying that the E is not the last character. It is somewhere in between other characters. So that means that we have one or more characters before E and one or more characters after E. Okay, I hope you guys understand this logic right here. Okay, let us take a look at more examples for you to better solidify, these operators. Okay, let us take a look at another example. In this case now, we are going to be using another table. As part of the DVD rental database tables, let us use the film table. Okay, let us run the select star from film. Let us run this. Very good. You can see we have a bunch of columns right here, but let's only consider 3 columns here. Let's consider the title column, and let's consider description column, and let's consider the release year column. Okay, let us run that, guys. Okay, very good. You can see we have 1000 rows. Okay, now what about if you have been asked to return records that has drama in the description? Okay, that has drama in its description. What can we do? How can we write such logic? We can say where description like drama. So let's assume that we have been told that the drama, remember to put your quotes. Let's assume that we have been told that the drama needs to be uppercase, the D needs to be an uppercase D. Take note, if you don't care about the uppercase or lowercase, then you have to use ILIKE. Okay, but in this case, let's assume we care about the cases, right? Then I'll take that away. Then we have been told that this is how to write to spell the drama. Okay, now we want a description whereby it contains drama, right? So what we can do is we can put a % right here that I want to have a pattern, in which case I have one or more characters before drama, and I also have one or more characters after drama. Okay, take note, we have 1000 rows right here before, right? Now that's before we apply the logic, but let us now apply this logic now. Let us run, execute. Now we have executed. Very good. Now we have 106 rows. Let us look at the description that we have. You can see a epic drama of a cat and the explorer, right? The second one, a epic drama. The third one, a action-packed drama. Let's look at the eighth one, a boring drama. You see, you can see that this drama is actually spelled as this drama right here, and it has one or more characters before the drama, you can see, and also one or more characters after the drama. Okay, but let's assume that you take this away. Let's assume you take that percentage away, this last percentage. What does this mean? What is this trying to tell you? What you are saying here is that you want a pattern in which you have one or more characters before the word drama and then nothing else. So what you are saying is that drama should be your last word for each of the rows. That's the description, right, in each of the rows. Let us run this and let us see what we get. Execute. Very good. You can see that we don't have anything. Why is it that we don't have anything? Because there is no description that ends with drama. Okay, what about if we put % here and take % away from before the drama? What we are saying right here is that we want a place whereby the description starts with drama and then you have one or more characters after drama. Let us run this, guys. You see, we ran it and there is nothing. So that tells us that for every of the descriptions, there is no point in time that drama starts the description or the sentence, right? We never had any case like that. I hope you guys understand that right now. Let us take a look at another example. What about we have been asked to return rows where you have Nigeria? You want to return rows where you have Nigeria. So in that case, I can say % and then let's assume that we care about the case, the letter case or the character cases, right? So we can have this. What does this mean? This means that I want rows where the description has Nigeria. But in this case, we are saying also that you should have one or more characters before Nigeria or one or more characters after Nigeria, right? So if we run this, you can see now that we have 38 rows. If you look at this description, it has Nigeria. Nigeria is right there as the last words there, right? Now you can see that this works because we are saying that have one or more characters before Nigeria or have one or more characters after Nigeria, right? Even though right here we don't have any more characters after Nigeria, but then we have one or more characters before Nigeria. Okay, what about if we take this away? Remember that we have 38 rows, right? Now, but let us run it if we also take out that percentage. Let's see if we still get the same 38 rows. Very good. You can see we still have this same 38 rows, even though I took out this percentage that is right here. And that is because and that's because in this description there are one or more characters before the word Nigeria. Do you get that right now? What about if I take this percent away? What about if I take this percent away and I put percentage right here? What is this saying? This is saying that you want to have rows in which Nigeria is the first word, and then you have one or more characters after that. Nigeria is the first word in that sentence. Let us see if there is anything like that right here, and let us run. You can see right here, guys, that there is nothing like that. That means that there is in the description column, there is no place that Nigeria begins the sentence. I hope you guys understand that right now, okay? One other thing I would also like to show you guys right here is I want to also explore the underscore again, so that you guys can better understand when we are using the underscore, okay? Let me take this out and then let us run this again. Very good. Now we have run this again without any condition. But what about if we are asked to return the records or the rows where the title has African egg? Let us take a look at this African egg, right? Has African egg. Okay, let us take a look at this. So I can say where title like, okay, African egg. Let's do it this way, African egg. Okay, let's just spell it this way, right? But then in this case, we are saying that percent, let's do it this way, percent, right? So we are saying that where there is one or more characters, right? Or even better still, I want to, let's explore, like I said, let's explore the underscore. If I do this, we want something that will have this pattern. Let's take this out. Okay, so we are looking for a pattern like this that says African egg. But in this case, we said that there should be one character before this African egg. And if you can imagine it very well, you realize that there should be this should be an A, African egg, right? So basically, we want to return a row that matches this pattern, that matches that there should be one character before this string. Okay, now let us execute this, guys. Very good. You can see that we have executed and this gave us African egg, right? And that is because what we have in our condition, we are saying that we want a case whereby one character before this string right here. Okay, I hope you guys understand that right now. What about, let's say you take out this G and you put another underscore right here. What do you think you are trying to do? What you are trying to do right here also, you want to match this pattern that there is a character, then you have African, you have a space, you have EG, then you have another character. If we run this, what is going to give us? Let me cut this out first of all. Let me return back to having all the rows of data, and then let's put back the condition so that you guys can see what I'm talking about right here. Now, if I run this, we should be having just one row that has the African egg, because that is what is going to match this pattern. If I run that, you can see African egg, right? Because it is African egg that matched this pattern. Okay, I hope you guys understand this right now. Before I end this video, I would also quickly like to talk about not like. Remember that if you don't put this condition, we have 1000 rows, right? Then if I put this condition, right? Then we have only one row, right? So what about if I only want to return rows that are not matching this pattern? I want to return all the rows that do not match this pattern. That is when you use the word not like. Not like. So that means I am saying that return for me those rows that do not match this pattern. And you and I know that this pattern matches African egg, right? So that means, and it's only one row that has African egg. So if I run this, I should be able to have 999 rows, because with that condition it is 1000 rows. If we use this pattern for African egg, is only one row. So if I say not like, that means give me the rows that are not this pattern. So that should be 999 rows according to this data. Let us run. Very good. You can see that, guys, 999 rows. So what we are saying right here is that we are returning rows that do not match this pattern. Okay, I hope you guys understand that right now. So in this video, I've been able to explain to you how to use the word like, how to use the operator called like, how to use the operator called ILIKE, and also how to use the operator called not like. I hope you understand that right now. If you have any question concerning this video, please put your put your question in the comment section below. And also, if you have not subscribed to this channel, I highly encourage you to subscribe, because we have more things we want to be teaching you guys. Okay, because we're going to be working this series of Postgres all to the way down to advanced level. And also we are going to be launching videos also on Python, data engineering, machine learning, and all of that. So I highly encourage you to subscribe to this channel. And if you have not clicked on the bell for notification, I highly encourage you also to go ahead and do that right now. Do not delay, okay, so that you can get notified whenever we release any of our videos. And also, please help us to share this video so that it can reach more audience, more people can benefit from it. All right, guys, I will see you in the next class. Bye.